Brandon, I am worried about America's cities. Now, everybody's not a big city person. I love the country and I love the city. I love it all. But I like New York City. I like the big cities in this country. I think they're cool places. And I think there are about to be some very crime ridden, dark places in the future because everybody with a dime is going to move out. That's one. So you're eroding the tax base. And two, I'm worried the cops are all going to leave. We're hearing all these rumors about cops retiring in droves, cops transferring in droves. What are they going to do when the cops pack it up and say, you know what, I'm out?
See, not only are these police officers leaving, which is a big problem, through retirement, quitting, and they're just walking off the police department, but also the police officers that are there are not going to go up and beyond to save your life. They're not going to go up and beyond to do calls for service. You know, it's a concept called proactive policing, and that's where a lot of crimes get solved, and that's where a lot of communities can see an uptick in safety is when police are proactive, meaning that they're not waiting for somebody to call them. They are out searching for criminals and suspects and guns and things like that destroys the community. So now you see police officers are not doing proactive policing. They're waiting until the very last minute that somebody calls them for help, and then they show up, and subconsciously some of these officers are probably not going to show up with a positive attitude. They're probably going to show up worn out. They're going to halfway write your case report. They're going to halfway do an investigation because they don't get paid well. They don't get any respect, and they wish that they were somewhere else other than in the uniform. Not all police officers, but those things happen, and when you put them all together, that's a recipe for disaster for many of these major cities.
Did you experience respect when you were an officer?
I did, but when I tell you what, it started going downhill, especially in minority communities, when Barack Obama was trashing police officers on a national scale. But by and large, people who were reasonable respected police officers. I even had criminals who knew the G code, what I call it the G code, meaning that you know the code when you're in the hood on how to participate and act. When I would catch them, run them down, they would say, yeah, Big Tatum, you got me. I'm going to go ahead and lay down. I'm going to go to jail. And then I'll get out and I'll do better next time. Or you won't catch me next time. This whole spirit of fighting a police officer, shooting police officers and stuff like that is not even hood code. I don't know what kind of, environment that we've created now to where these people are bludgeoning police officers and doing the stuff that we see them doing.
How did we create it? How did it happen so fast, man? Because I'll be honest, I agree. Obviously, you saw it. I wasn't a cop under Barack Obama. I've never been a cop. But I saw it start under him, and it seemed like just overnight, we've somehow, not all of us, but a big percentage of this country has decided that cops are the problem. How did that happen so fast?
Well, a big majority of this country, whether people want to believe it or not, are ignorant and they're sheeps. You could tell them anything, and they'll believe it, and they'll run with it until the cows come home. But the thing is that we do have individuals of our population who got common sense, like you and I, Jesse, that we can see what's right and when it's right and when it's wrong. And a lot of these people cannot see it. The media is infusing propaganda into the minds of some of these sheepish people. And they're also infusing rhetoric, and politicians are following that rhetoric, and it's leading down a path of confusion. My wife and I was just talking about the Steelers putting an idiot on their helmet. This fool did a drive-by shooting, shot another black man, and ended up running from the police. He either reached around or something to shoot the police officer. They didn't find the gun on him. Now they're out there protesting and crying, and he on the back of somebody's jersey. I mean, this is foolery. They are supporting thugs who try to kill other black people. I mean, we've gone off the rocker, man. But I'm not surprised because a lot of people are ignorant and sheepish.
Hey, thanks so much for watching The First on YouTube. If you liked what you saw, go ahead and like and subscribe. You heard me. Like it, subscribe. You'll get a lot more of it and a lot more of me.